Have you ever felt like someone had control over your emotions, as if they knew exactly how to push your buttons and make you react? It's frustrating, isn't it? It's almost like they have a remote control that says jump and how high. But there's good news. You can take your control back from them. When you stop reacting to other people and to external situations and choose your own responses based on your values, you reclaim your power. Standing your ground doesn't mean reacting emotionally. It means responding mindfully and staying true to yourself. Most of us have been in situations where someone's words or actions or trigger our emotional response. They trigger anger, frustration, or even sadness. In these moments, it can feel like they have power over you and your mood can shift in an instant, if you allow it. So don't allow it. Because if you do allow people to push your buttons, it can leave you feeling drained, defensive, and regretful about your reactions. Whether it's at work, in a relationship, or in a social life, if you're constantly reacting to others, you give them control over your emotions and your state of mind. Without realising it, you can be letting other people's negative emotions dictate your mood. You can end up reacting instead of responding thoughtfully, which can lead to conflict, to misunderstandings, and unnecessary stress. There's an emotional toll to constant reactions. Every time someone criticises, dismisses, or challenges you, every time you snap back, feel deeply hurt, or retreat into yourself, it can weigh you down if you allow it. So don't allow it. If you allow people to push your buttons, if you let them dictate how you feel and behave, you can become a puppet to their emotions, swinging from anger to sadness to frustration, depending on how they treat you. This not only affects your peace of mind, but also erodes your self-confidence and your ability to stand your ground with grace. It can feel exhausting, like you're always on edge, ready to react to the next comment or situation. And this reactive pattern creates an emotional roller coaster, taking you further away from your values and your goals. So what's the solution? The solution is to decide your responses based on your values. The first step in regaining control is to decide how you want to respond in any situation. The first step is to decide how to respond in accordance with your values. Take a moment to ask yourself, what matters to you? Is it peace? Is it integrity? Is it kindness? Is it strength or authenticity or self-respect? What is it for you? When you align your responses with your core values, you can shift from reaction to conscious decision making. Before you react to someone's words or behaviour, pause and ask yourself, what response reflects my true values? By doing this, you're no longer letting them control you. You're choosing to stay in your power instead. For example, if someone criticises you and staying calm and composed is part of your value of self-respect, instead of reacting defensively, you might choose to calmly say something like, I appreciate your feedback. Let me think about that. Stand your ground without reacting emotionally. Standing your ground doesn't mean fighting back or getting angry. It means being firm in your position without letting others' actions dictate your emotions. You don't need to react to every slight or provocation. You don't need to swing at every ball. Next time someone tries to push your buttons, resist the urge to fight back emotionally. Take a deep breath and remember that you control your emotions, not them. Stand your ground by simply not engaging in the emotional back and forth that they're looking for. If someone tries to provoke you with a sarcastic comment, instead of snapping back, you can say something like, "I don't find that helpful," and leave them to it. It's absolutely okay to show your strength and your emotional intelligence. Don't carry other people's emotions for them. One of the most liberating things that you can do is to stop carrying other people's emotions. Their anger, their frustration or negativity doesn't need to become your burden. Walking on eggshells is no use to you. You're responsible for your emotions, and everyone else is responsible for theirs. If someone is upset or angry, let them deal with their own feelings instead of you absorbing their negativity. You can still show empathy without taking on their emotional load. Maintaining your emotional boundaries helps you to stay centered and calm, even in the middle of someone else's storm or drama. If a friend or an ex's friend or whoever else is venting and you start feeling overwhelmed by their negativity, you can listen without it affecting your mood. You can say something like, "I understand you're upset, but I need to protect my own peace right now." How have you handled situations when someone else has tried to push your buttons in the past? How will you handle it the next time? Keep refining yourself. Keep improving your communication skills, your boundaries, your authenticity, your emotional intelligence. Keep improving yourself and your corner of the world. If this content has resonated with you in any way, please like, share and subscribe for more emotional intelligence, personal growth and personal empowerment content. The algorithm loves it. I love it. And if we all sort ourselves out, if we all sort out our corner of the world, then we can create a future to be proud of instead of the current dismay at much of mankind's greed, gluttony, destruction, jealousy, power games and apathy.